What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie the 988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And on Twitter and elsewhere, I have promised that I would make a video about paid promos and brand deals here on YouTube because I feel it's very important that the consumer and the viewer knows what's happening here so that they can better inform themselves, be less susceptible to shady advertising, and get a better understanding of what's going on. The problem with that is I also have to draw attention to the fact that I have in the past agreed to these paid promotions and plan to continue to do so in the future. And I feel like a lot of people just don't want to know that. A lot of people have crucified me for it, and that's okay. I understand why. But I want to make this video anyway, and I hope that you're not going to be too relentless upon me, because at the end of the day, I'm doing this to try to help you understand and realize what's happening here on YouTube and how to better protect yourself. So the first thing I have to talk about is why I accept these types of deals and why other types of YouTubers accept these types of deals. And I can't directly speak for any other YouTuber, but I can tell you why I do it, and I think most YouTubers feel the same. Over the past few years, we have seen the number of the amount of money we get for ad views dropping. And a lot of YouTubers do this for free, and they're awesome, and I love you guys. And a lot of us do it for very little money. And some of us do it for a reasonable amount of money, and a handful of us have gotten rich. I'm certainly not one of the people that have gotten rich. I have been able to save up for retirement a little bit, and I have been able to take care of my family, and I'm very appreciative of that. This is my full-time job, and for a lot of YouTubers, it is a full-time job. The problem with that is, as we watch the income from advertisement buys dwindle, we have needed a reason to find a way to make ends meet. Now, some YouTubers will do this through merchandising. You'll see them at the end of every video public pushing their own t-shirts. Some have done it through donations via services like Patreon, and you'll see that at the end of several videos. Another way to do it is by paid promotion and brand deals, and you'll see at the end of a lot of videos, you'll see Audible or Netflix or Loot Crate unboxings or things along these lines where YouTubers will supplement their income by these types of services or other things that they can promote to their viewers. And viewers tend to really like these kinds of deals, especially because they're getting free books from Audible, they're getting free stuff from Netflix, they're getting free whatever. It's a good deal for the YouTuber and for the person involved. Now, we are recently starting to see game companies advertise their games in similar ways. And in some cases, they've even chosen to purchase entire videos and do paid promotion that way. A lot of the times these deals have been called shady, and a lot of the times they've been called negative for a lot of different reasons. And people wonder why YouTubers accept that. And besides the fact that we're providing for ourselves, so that we're providing for our family, I personally am worried about that stroke or heart attack that's eventually going to keep me from being able to work, or God forbid, kills me altogether and leaves my family alone with what little money I've left them with. We worry about the fact that we want to do this full time. Now, I would do it for free, and once this becomes free, once the bubble bursts, I will continue to do this for free. I love sitting here and talking with you every day, and I think that the majority of YouTubers feel that way all of the time. The money is a necessary evil to keep their studio open, their cameras and PCs on, their internet on, the lights on, and enough food and money for their family so that they can do this full time, because it is a full-time job. A lot of people spend 30, 40, 50 hours a day. And some people who are more cynical will say that means we're susceptible to this type of corruption. I don't necessarily agree that it's corruption of any type. We've been seeing this creep into every type of media for a really long time. We've seen McDonald's advertise in the lyrics of rap songs. We have seen on one of my favorite television shows, Community, or was it Chuck? I think was another one. That Subway would purchase storylines in order to advertise directly to you. We see it on late night television, we see it on talk shows, we see it on Ellen, we see it in every aspect of media. And now that is beginning to encroach here on YouTube as well. And a lot of people feel that it's a negative thing. I think of it as more of a Robin Hood situation, that when you can take money by participating in this deal and watching the video or clicking the link or buying the product, you can take money from the big evil corporation from Dinosaur and give it to a brand new YouTuber that's advertising new media and is a part of new media. I think that's a great thing. I think it's a wonderful thing. And that's why I choose to participate in it. One of the other reasons I don't think it is negative is, as people realize, is that these contracts are not binary. You don't have just two choices to either accept it as is or walk away. You have the opportunity to negotiate your own riders and have their riders removed. And sometimes these negotiation things will break down. Sometimes you cannot get rid of the stuff you don't want to get rid of, and sometimes you just have to walk away. But the majority of the time, the companies are willing to work with you. Just like any person with any power, you get to determine what you choose to do and what not to do. And I always exercise that right. Another thing that I think a lot of YouTubers or a lot of viewers don't realize that YouTubers can do is there's almost always an out clause on these types of things. You can choose to walk away. And if you choose to walk away, most of the time it's no harm, no foul. You failed to deliver the video, we're not going to pay you, you're done. And you will choose to do that if the game doesn't live up to the hype. If you believe that the game is not something you want to endorse or something you don't want to sell to your followers, obviously you can walk away at any time. Now, recently, some of the contracts that I have been sent will have damages that say if you choose to walk away, you'll have to pay us this much to refund the company this much. It's understandable, but almost all the times, either I've negotiated that away or the amount that they would want me to pay is very reasonable. And so I will simply deliver on the video if I choose that it's good, and if it's not, it's okay. Another thing that YouTubers can do is select the product that they're going to endorse. If you don't read books, you don't have to advertise Audible. If you don't watch Netflix, you don't have to advertise Netflix. And if you're not going to play that new blockbuster game and you're not excited about it, you really shouldn't accept that contract. And I think the majority of YouTubers use that type of discretion. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, I don't like these types of videos at all, and I don't think they should exist, and I don't want to participate in them, and I don't want to watch them. Well, there's good and there's bad news for you. The good news is that due to FTC regulations here in the United States, you have to put a disclaimer in the description of the video, and I make the conscious decision to say this is a sponsored video whenever I create one of these types of videos, so that the consumer or the viewer or whoever's involved always knows that this is paid promotion or a brand deal. If you're outside of the United States, though, you do not have to comply with an American law or the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, because it does not have the reach of outside of the United States. So one of the things you have to be careful with is when you're watching a YouTuber who is not based in the United States, you need to realize that they don't have to disclose paid promotion. And you better bet your bottom line if that foreign YouTuber is got access to a game 2 weeks beforehand, chances are money is exchanged hands. It's possible. I don't think that's the case in a lot of reviewers. I think most reviewers are on the up and up, and I think most reviewers realize that they need to review the game. Someone who reviews games has nothing but their integrity. That is the entire point of what they do. They absolutely have to maintain it. So all of these different outs that we've had, they're never going to lie to you, and they're never going to omit the information that this is a paid promo if they are game critics. There is no type of corruption on YouTube. One of the things a lot of people try to say is there's clearly corruption now on YouTube too, and they point the fingers, and the games media is trying to do that too. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. YouTubers are integral people for the most part. Some of us are susceptible, and some of us are sellouts, I guess, but the truth of the matter is these companies are offering so little, it's not worth character assassinating yourself over. It's absolutely not. These buys are small. It's not, I would get it if someone is offering $200,000 or $100,000 or $50,000 or $10,000. Nobody's offering anything like that. Anything like that. I have never been offered in any way. And I don't think that anybody else is getting it offered either. So what it all comes down to is simply this. If you want to protect yourself from these types of deals, when a new game comes out, be wary. Be careful. Apply critical thinking. Realize that critical thinking is the best tool you have as part of the human race. Realize that you always have to take everything you hear or read as with a grain of salt, that you need to apply critical thinking to everything that you encounter. And that includes reviews for a video game. Don't pre-order, for the love of God. Wait till the reviews are out. Wait until you can see multiple Let's Plays. Wait till you see it streamed on Twitch. Look at both sponsored views and non-sponsored views. Go to YouTubers you trust. And if you don't trust any YouTubers, go to a friend, go to a family. Rent it from Redbox. Get it from Gamefly. There are tons of alternatives. I hope that you continue to read the websites that do reviews. I hope you continue to watch the YouTubers who make both paid promotion and non-paid promotion to promote games. But I also hope that you can learn how to avoid this stuff and learn how to apply critical thinking so that it does not influence you. Apply the same logic you apply to any advertisement you see on television to anything else you hear in life, and you'll always be up and up, and you'll be immune to this stuff. And I hope I don't lose too many viewers over this. I wanted to be transparent. I promised you that I would. I know people just want this topic to go away. I know people just don't want to think about it anymore. I know some people would rather be lied to, but that's never been what I've been about on YouTube. It's never been about that. It's always about informing you and trying to give you the tools to use to protect yourself, even if the person you think you're protecting yourself from is me. And I'm okay with that. If you feel, because you know I've taken paid promo in the past and I plan to take paid promo in the future, and you choose not to participate in those videos, or you choose not to participate in them at all, that's fine, as long as you're informed. I appreciate you watching. I love you very much, and I'll talk with you soon.